Welcome to Creative Vision Studio. Today we're going to be talking about how I did this Sci-Fi tunnel, and this is amazing, guys. This is cool if you are seeing this. So I'm going to walk you through on how I built it and how I did it. So this a non-Sci-Fi tunnel. So please like, share, subscribe as I walk you through this. So I'm just going to get out of the camera for now, and you can see how beautiful this is the outside also. So I place the camera to have this inward view. So the best thing to do is to start how I did the construction. That's where we are going to start from. So I'm just going to turn every other thing off, and let me walk you through the piece of how I started the construction. So this is very simple, and this is just a cylinder in which, if you're a beginner, I can just go here and mesh, and then you add a cylinder. So, and if you add a cylinder, you just have to control it. Okay, you have to rotate it. So you come to rotation, then you hold shift, then you rotate. Hold shift, you grab this. Okay, hold control. It will show you the perfect axis to control this. Then you just have something like that. So once you have done this, let me put this in good here. Good. Okay, this example. So once you've done this, all what you just need to do is click your tab here. It will turn on the edit mode. There you go to, and here I select surface, and you click out. All you just have to do is to click the surface, and you delete face. You delete this face, okay? And all you have to do again is click the other face, then you delete this face, okay? So once you delete this, the next thing is just to extrude this, okay? Not just extrude, you scale it. So you just have to press tab and go out in object mode, and you scale this, guys. So as you can see, we are lacking subdivision, okay? So we are going to take care of that. Like our first cylinder here, I have to take care of the subdivision through the edit mode. So you have to go there and click. You have to go there and then you right click. I'm going to show you how to select these triangles. You have to click and press A. A is the shortcut. Then you select all this triangle. You right click and click on subdivide. Okay. So we are going to have a smoother kind of surface. So now this is what we're having right now. Okay. So I'm still going to show you one more thing I did on my end. So in which you can add a subdivision surface, and you can set the viewport level to 2. Okay. So this is going to let me set it to 2. Now you're just going to subdivide this the more, but let's delete this and go on with what we have here. So you can see this right now. You can see this cylinder right now and how well extruded it is, or scaled, so to say. So I'm going to show you the next thing I did. I'm just going to turn this off. Next thing I did is to create something like this. Okay, so I duplicated the previous cylinder and I got this. Okay, so now after getting this, I'm going to show you the modifiers I used. So if you just go to the drop down menu, you are going to see a lot of modifiers. Okay, so I first of all use the vertex weight. Okay, so I use the vertex weight to create a vertex map. Okay, so if I should turn this on, you find out that this was all in a different mode. Okay, so I use the vertex weight to create a vertex map. Then let me turn all this off. So as you can see, we created the vertex weight first, then created a mass, added a mass modifier. So as you can see the drop down, we went for the edges, okay, not the vertices. We went for the edges, and we set the amount to 0.15. And also the next thing I did is to add another modifier, which is the wireframe modifier, okay, to give it this shape. So I will set the amount to 0.15. Sorry, I'm reading the wrong place. So we set the offset, the thickness to 0.013 meter. Then we set the offset to this. So you're going to play with this, the boundary, which is also important, and also the thickness even. So the next thing I did, sorry, this marks was just added and there's no threshold to play with, so I was reading the wrong from the bevel. So and now we added the bevel to make this look more nice and cool. So I set the amount to 0.15 meter. So you can play with this to your own taste. Okay, you can try to standardize it. There are more options here, there are more things to play with in the modifier section. So you are going to do this the best way you can, or how you see fit, so to say. So good. So the next thing I did here is after creating this, you have to merge it together with this. Okay, so you have to bring this on. So for you to get this thing to fit in, so as you can see, because this is duplicated, okay, as you can see, and it's fitting very well in this tunnel. So you are going to do the same thing by duplicating the first cylinder, just like I said. That's what I'm going to do. Then the next step I took is creating this circle at the edge of the tunnel, so which is simple. So and you can always do this when you are starting this cylinder, so you don't have to delete each end. You have to duplicate and delete the other end and leave this circle open. So this all what I did in the geometry aspect. Okay, so and we are having this, okay, which is nice. So let's move to the render part. Okay, and let's view the first geometry. So I'm just going to step in the shading section. So when we step in this shading section, I'm going to turn on the render view. Then let's see how we do this step by step. Yeah, I'm going to see how we did this step by step. So the first thing that was done here is creating a texture map. Now I created a texture map and add a map into it. So added a noise texture, okay, which is 3D. Then set the roughness to 0.9. Then you add a color ramp to it. Now you set the this to how I did it, and the sliders to how I did it, or set it to the number of your choice. Then you just have to plug it to the roughness. So I want to get the roughness of this cylinder. The next one is to duplicate that texture map. Now we are going to set we are going to bring in the texture coordinates. Okay, so that's what we are going to add again, and the texture and the mapping. So instead of bringing us texture, this I'm going to bring Voronite texture. Okay, you're going to bring Voronite texture, and that's what you are seeing on the cylinder. So to create this texture in a tunnel that is going forward, the next thing did is to add a color ramp to it. Okay, so we have to play with it, give it different color. We're going to, by choosing constant, I'm going to RGB. Okay, so now we place different colors in which is exactly what we are saying. Then we plug it to the emission. Okay, so we'll plug it to the emission, and you can play with this. And I turn on the metallic section and the specular and the sheen tint and the clear coat roughness and also the alpha, so you can play with this the way you want. So that is it for the creation of the texture of this Sci-Fi tunnel. So let's go to the next thing we have here, which is the design on our tunnel. Okay, which is the design on our tunnel. So the design on our tunnel is almost the same thing with that of our tunnel body. Okay, the first cylinder. So there's no more changes I did here. So I'm just plugging in the same thing towards that axis, and we are having something nice there and something cool. So except for this, so I have to play with the Y axis. Okay, I have to play with Z. It is animated. Okay, so that's what I basically did here. So the point is not how I did my own animation. The point is just to show you how everything was like brought in. So the next one we are going to look at is the circle. So the circle is just simple. It's just to get a material output and plug our emission into it and choose the color we want and set the strength to 55. So this is the basic thing I did. So so if you are seeing this, you have any question down in the comment section, you can always meet me and drop it down and I will attend to it. So there's nothing to hide. We're all learning. So next is you can see each of this tunnel ring is added to it. So as you can see, these are circles. Okay, so these are circles, and I added them, created these circle rings using Bezier curve. Then I added them to the end of the tunnel. So I'm just going to go out of the camera. So you see these circle rings. So created them and added them at the end of each tunnel. Okay, so which is nice. So I'm going to is basically having the same texture. Okay, so we just have to, I have to take out the noise texture and just leave the roughness there and plug the first texture map to the roughness. So and that is just all I did there, and there's nothing else I did. Okay, so now this ring made it beautiful. Okay, this ring made it nice, and we're having this kind of tunnel vibes here and this kind of tunnel looks. So I'm just going to bring this to my normal layout and viewing and turn on the render. So guys, that's all. That's how did this tunnel we are seeing. So I know if you're a beginner, this might be hard for you to follow on, but this idea is just nice and crazy. So like, share, subscribe, guys, just like I always say. So turn on the notification button. I'll be releasing more tutorials on in Blender. So in our Blender. So please support this channel the best way you can, and I will see you next time in my next video. Bye.